Yo, what's up, YouTube? What's up? What's up? I'm late, super late, but I'm here. Sometimes Emma's back in school, and so I go pick her up on Wednesdays, and then I had to go to the grocery store, which took longer than I thought. We had to go to her mom's house so she could get a bag packed, and then we went grocery shopping, and then by the time I got home, I had a stomach ache. I had to run to the bathroom, and then all that just finished, which I ended up being late. So I'm sorry. My apologies. My apologies for being late. I'm sorry. Today, we're sponsored by Rockstar Fruit Punch again. Fully sponsored. Oh, it's so good. So good. How's everybody doing in the chat? What is going on, guys? Sorry for being late again. I apologize. Drew, what's going on? DF, Emma Smith, my daughter, sitting on the bed over there. Mike Linder, yo, Corey McPhee, what's going on? Wing Zero, what's up, guys? Thank you for tuning in. If you guys can hit the thumbs up button on your way in, I would appreciate it. Oh, man, so good. I've been slow to wake up today. I've been groggy. I'm trying to sharpen my mind up a little bit. So this one, man, there's a lot of drama going on right now. A lot of drama. If you guys are involved in any kind of community, involved into the community in any way, then you kind of have a rough idea probably of what I'm talking about in terms of all things that are going on with Knuckles Up and WAF and everybody somehow blaming Engin, and then WAF and IFA and that whole fight going on. There's a lot of stuff going on. Bunch of crap. But yeah, I haven't really spoken on it publicly at all yet. It's just annoying. The whole thing's annoying. I think we can all agree on all sides that it's annoying that dealing with this same argument year after year is ridiculous. The same things keep coming around. Andre says, I love that you tried to be 100% outside of arm wrestling drama, but arm wrestling out you here. Yeah, I don't know. So, I feel like there's still a lot of behind the scenes stuff that I'd be interested in hearing about with the whole Knuckles Up thing. I don't know, but the thing is, it's funny because I'm, you guys know I'm a moderator on Reddit, and so I'm constantly seeing all that stuff and seeing Ryan Grondin's blasting on Reddit every day, every other day, making a post about all this, just nonstop. Oh, and there's drama in California arm wrestling, but a lot of you guys aren't from California, so it's kind of pointless a little bit to talk about that. But there's a lot of arm wrestling drama going on. Chim Flipper says you can go into the history of Engin and WAF if you feel like it, for those who don't have historical perspective. True. Dave Anderson, what's going on? Jody Williams, what's going on, buddy? There's Mr. Chocolate Thunder himself. Moderators, please plug anybody that has a channel that comes in here. Jody Williams has a YouTube channel. Please plug that in the chat. I would appreciate you. This thing is still building up. We got 40 people, 13 likes. You guys that need that thumbs up button, please click the like on the video. Oh, but yeah, man, I'm just sitting on my phone and just it just keeps going. The arguing, the fighting just keeps going on and on and on. Joe Nelson, sup, dude. What's going on? I guess first and foremost, while we're letting this build up, so I don't have to repeat myself on some of these topics. Training's been going well. Going to the gym right after we get off live here. So, yeah, excited about that. It's crazy sore last week. I practiced on Sunday, and I got to test myself against Big Alan Hodzi, who's like number 5, I think he said he was, both hands in California. And that was really funny. I'll post that clip. I'm gonna upload the vlog here pretty soon, and I'll post a clip of me and Alan arm wrestling and just full total transparency. And then yeah, just things are moving slowly but surely. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get back and beyond any previous peak. Wing Zero says Turkey might leave NATO and join Russia-China alliance. Turkey might not be a safe place in future for Team West, especially people who served in military. Javier Martinez, what's up, Derek? What's up, Javier? Ivan Marrero, what's going on? Andre, what's your next step, Derek? Where are you at? Next step is to gain weight. I got down to 315, which when I pulled against Tom Nelson, I was 370. Tim Breslin, I was about 350. All my other matches, I was somewhere about 345, 350. And then I usually walk around at 330, like even when I'm not training. And I went down to 315. Finally weighed myself at the gym. So got light. So I definitely want to – I'm not too obsessed with the number, but I definitely want to get back up to like 340, 350 or so. I don't feel like I need to get much heavier than that, especially if I start like getting rid of some body fat, getting in better shape, a little leaner. Yeah, so – we're just going to keep lifting, getting stronger and eating, and, yeah, step by step. That's where I'm at. Chimp Flipper Derek. Derek, don't bring Jody on your channel. He will get you blacklisted with his potty mouth soapbox rant. Dang. It's Chimp hating on Jody. Corey McPhee says, nothing can convince me that Engin isn't involved, but WAF is the main culprit. If Engin was truly for the athletes, he would also condone what WAF is doing. Engin has multiple times, even I think today, mentioned that he's against the bans, and he's said it forever. He was one of the original people that stood up to WAF protesting the bans and the banning of athletes. So I don't know if he's condoning banning. WAF is member. Mr. Peanut says WAF is a member. Ames is partner of IOC, Sport Accord, United Through Sports. Dave Anderson waiting for a like-worthy close at times. Wretched Arm Wrestler, what's up? Jody says, what's up, Chimp Flip? Italia is live too. Cool. Whatever. What's up, Arm Wrestling fan? Veronica Knight in the chat. What's going on? What up, Ron? Thanks for hanging out. Says, let's get those likes and subs up. Thank you. Jens, yo, what's going on? The Fear of the Spectrum TV, 160 pounds, middleweight. That's a pretty long name. Welcome back, you guys. What's going on? I wouldn't do that on Derek's channel, says Jody. I'm sure Devin knows way more about the turkey stuff than I do. Oh, potentially. Okay, so we have some of my thoughts on it. On the stuff, I guess, let's get into this conversation and piss some people off. Be pissed off either way. No matter what I say, somebody's gonna be mad, right? That's what the point we're at. Obviously, I think banning people from arm wrestling is wrong. I have a hardcore stance, even on my own team, that I'll never charge money for anybody to ever practice on my team. It'll never cost money to be on my team or to practice me. So I'll never harm the sport for my own selfish needs. I will never charge or potentially damage the sport or keep people away from the sport for my own pocket. So I'm very against ever excluding people from arm wrestling or anything like that, or banning anyone 100%. I think our sport is too small to do things like that, and that there should be other ways found and ways to rectify situations. For sure, 100%. And I don't know of anybody that is pro-ban that is like, ban all of them. I don't think I've met anybody or seen anybody say that I know of. So, yeah. So there's that. But we are all aware of what WAF is doing. It's been how many years now? And they've put this out, you know, if you do this, you could potentially be banned. If you compete where there's our competitors' referees, you could potentially be banned. This isn't new. This isn't new. None of this is new. All the promoters know this stuff. All the athletes should know this stuff. If you've been in the sport at all, you've been following it. So when something pops up and it rears its head, like, why is everybody acting brand new? Is the part that's kind of like weird to me a little bit. We didn't know that WAF was banning people or threatening to ban people. Like, what do you mean you didn't know? Like, what are you talking about? Or like when you're hitting up an international puller who you've seen pull, pulled at WAF and pulled and things like that, and you ask him for a match as a promoter. He pulls WAF. Okay, let's dig a little bit. Like, but let's ask the especially if he's at East vs. West or something, send East vs. West a message. Especially if you're trying to get along with East vs. West. Like, I would think you would message the league first. I don't know. It would just kind of make sense a little bit. Like, if you're trying to make things nice and everybody get along, then he's probably a contracted athlete somewhere. I would probably reach out to the league, especially if you're trying to build a relationship with them and get along. Why wouldn't you reach out to the league? And I don't know. That seems weird to me a little bit. Now, I will say, Knuckles Up, fantastic event. Those guys are awesome. I've heard nothing but good things from everybody that's been there. The events I've seen looks fantastic. Production quality is amazing. So definitely not hating. It just seems weird because this has all been known stuff, and that's kind of weird, a little bit weird to me. That like we're still running into these problems, or people are still running into these problems, and then acting shocked and like blown out of their mind that things are going on. I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of ways to go around all this and figure it out so it wasn't a problem. I'm not sure. All right, before I keep going, let me catch up on the chat. Dave Anderson, different crowd. Oops, sorry. Joe says, I'm already mad before you talk. Richard, arm wrestler. I just saw the Big Bear tourney. It was awesome. Leroy did pretty good. Yeah. Leroy, he did well. He is getting there. I've been telling everybody. Corey says he supports the bans once they occur. If he didn't, Jordan would be pulling East versus West. He's top 5, 105, and 115. No, he's not supporting him. He understands that they're there. So he's dealing with it accordingly because he can't change it. So he's playing the cards he's dealt. I wouldn't say he's supporting it. So you're saying that if he goes against WAF, you're saying Engin either goes against WAF or he's supporting their decision. He can't just try to play in the middle. It has to be one of the two. That doesn't make any sense. If, from my understanding, from my conversations with Engin, so WAF, right, is tied into, they're the ones talking to the Olympics. They're the one that are tied into the government, right? So Turkey, not only does Engin, is he the head coach for the Turkish national team? So he's in that sense deep into the government and WAF, and the government only acknowledges WAF. So he told me he couldn't even have East versus West in Turkey if they weren't compliant with WAF. It wouldn't even be allowed. He could not even host the event. It would be shut down. So that's one thing. So East versus West literally would not exist unless it was compliant with WAF. And Engin just saying, stop banning people, I'm not having East versus West anymore, isn't going to make them stop banning people. So either he plays nice or there's no East versus West at all. And people are like, just throw everything away, Engin. Put your foot down against WAF. Just throw the whole league away. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't. Yeah. So in certain governments, like WAF is way more deeply embedded, and the government respects them and enforces who they're aligned with, right? And I believe Turkey is one of those countries. So yeah, Engin has to play nice with WAF, and he still wants to, because the people are paid by the government to get medals from Turkey, and Engin's the head coach for the country, unless he's stopped. I know he was, unless he stopped. So yeah, he plays nice, but it doesn't mean he doesn't have problems with what they're doing. He just can't change what they're doing. It's not crazy. It's not a crazy concept to understand. Wing Zero, I'm going out to pick up pizza. I'll try to be back before the end of the stream. All right, man. Devin D, my boy B Shaw just posted another arm wrestling training video on IG. Oh, I didn't see. You guys, Brian Shaw is training for arm wrestling. Very excited about this. Joe Nelson, isn't it on the athlete to say they have a contract or a contact if they are contacted? I think you mean contract. But yeah, you could say that. But if your goal is to play nice with another league and you know they're probably contracted with that league, why not just reach out to the league? You know what I mean? Like, obviously, from what I hear, he didn't understand that he was contracted both arms, I guess. And so he didn't even know the extent of his contract. So why not, if you want to make sure that you're getting along with this league and playing nice, why not just reach out to the league? They'll know the answer. They'll tell you right away. You know what I mean? Like, for sure, you know you'll get the right answer from them. You know they read all the detail and the fine print and the dotted line. To reach out to them, why reach out to just the athlete? I don't like, if you know, doesn't make sense. Why not just, if that's the goal? Because the contracts are not public knowledge like every other professional sport. Yeah, but the other league would tell them, right? Mr. Peanut, WAF bans to solely protect its business interests. WAF operates under the umbrella of Alliance of Independent Recognized Members of Sport following. Okay. Yep. Against the bans. Once again, just like I said, everybody is. The other Paulin, I think the real confusion is why Craig Tua and Camille get a pass and to comply with WAF. Don't they need WADA drug screening now? Are Craig Tua and Camille, I don't believe they compete at WAF. Right? And they never got banned from WAF for testing positive, did they? That I know of? Am I tripping? East West is not in WADA. Drug compliance, Engin and East West are being protected by illegal monopoly of WAF business practices. They're probably not under contract with East West. Pretty simple. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who is, if they're contracted or not. And if I wanted to know, I could just reach out to East West and ask them if they're contracted. Sam says, my son and I are excited to see you on live tonight. Sam, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate the love. Thank you for hanging out. Yeah, I was a little bit late today. My bad. If you guys are tuning in, if you guys could click the thumbs up button, I would appreciate it. Savage Arm Wrestling, why only threatened specific athletes and not all WAF athletes? Well, it has to, it's events that they know of that are having conflicting, they're having conflicting refs from like IFA or other things like that. And so they're keeping an eye on those events and athletes pulling in those events and letting them know there's going to be an issue. Big WAF Burger band. This is UB19. Corey says, so is East West an affiliate of WAF? If they are, they should be following the WAF rules. WAF is allowing East West to break WAF rules, but it's also under the same banner, its effect. No, East West is not an affiliate of WAF. East West is playing nice with WAF. Like, they're following WAF rule sets in terms of like who they can have compete there and to not get them banned at WAF. That's it. They're not even using WAF rules on the table. They're not following WAF anything else besides just trying to make sure that the people that compete at East West aren't banned from WAF and that they're a WAF recognized event. But affiliate, no, they're not. It's not a WAF tournament, or you'd see the different. We wouldn't have different pad size. We wouldn't. Everything would be different. How's the Labor Day? Good. Yeah, Labor Day was good, I guess. Yeah. Derek, I love the channel. I'm not attacking you. Just a sensitive subject. Yeah. Andy Beckett says, hello, Derek. Chat, what's going on? David Simpson, I don't think East West is working under WAF banner. I don't think WAF just has to okay Engin to host private event in Turkey. Yeah. Jody Williams says, I think some of the confusion is that when Camille won IFA Worlds 2022, yet nothing was done to him, whereas depending who you are, it doesn't work for everyone in the same way. Has Camille ever competed at WAF, though? I don't know if he's competed at WAF or if he's competed at WAF since he competed at IFA Worlds. I'm not sure. The one thing I'm noticing though is that each person has a very like we're all looking for this generalized rule. Like it all has to make sense, but it's a very individual based thing because it depends on if they're competing at WAF, when they competed, what their plans are to compete, if they were popped or busted for certain things, what events are available in their country, which other events they're trying to compete in after, if they're not competing in WAF, like, and so in where they're at, what country they're at, like it's very, you have to go case by case. I feel like in this, you have to go individual by individual, and everybody wants this general rule. Everybody's trying to get these generalities, like Engin is bad and WAF hates everyone, and like just trying to say all this stuff to make it simpler, maybe in their minds. But I think you have to go step by step. You have to go like case by case, because every time I'll start thinking like that. Okay, I think I get the general rule. Oh wait, that's not the same rule. You got to go case by case. All right, what's going on with this guy? And maybe this guy signed a contract saying he would never do this or this and that. So it's like you have to go case by case. Is what I'm kind of realizing. Yeah. David Tomes, the wizard himself, with the first super chat of the day, says Food Fund 1111. Thank you, Tomes. I get to draw the wizard hat again. Thank you. I'm gonna get quicker at drawing the wizard hat. A little star in the middle with the wizard hat. Thank you, Tomes. I appreciate you. Okay. Oh man, we're getting paragraphs here. Zedrick Zedwick says all major sports are rigged and controlled by Freemasons. Sport. I didn't know we're going down that road. Sports were never invented to entertain you. They were invented to distract the masses from what governments are doing. Okay. Mr. Peanut says WAF Board 17.1. Members of WAF, their athletes, officials, management, and personnel cannot be affiliated to occupy positions or participate in other arm wrestling or para arm wrestling federations. Okay. The government of Turkey is enforcing WAF rules, says Dave Anderson. There we go. Zedrick says sports are defined as entertainment and law, thus can be rigged at will to entertain you. Savage Arm Wrestling says, what is the difference between Knuckles Up and East vs. West then? East vs. West has been complying with WAF standards, I guess, and like making that a priority to do so. And then Knuckles Up, I believe, started with IFA referees. And so it wasn't like the main objective just to comply with WAF. Yeah, so I think that was one of the big differences at the beginning. Cobra Rhodes, yo, there he is, the legend himself, the main man. Yo, Benji Mack in here. What's going on, Benji? Mr. Peanut is quoting the WAF rules. Okay. Let's see. DF Unknown says Alex Topper also allowed to compete at East or West, even though he just compete and won in IFA Worlds 2023. Yeah. I don't know. I'd have to specifically ask everybody about each specific person and why this was allowed for that person or not. Emma, call your grandfather. He keeps texting me and calling me, even though he knows I go live on Wednesdays. Let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up. Johnny Dang, what's going on? Top one. Let's see. Will from Knuckles Up said something interesting. He said, it seems like it's one country in particular, Bulgaria, and it doesn't make sense. So maybe it's as simple as if the country funds arm wrestling. Maybe that's it. Scott Evans, yo, says hit the like button. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate that. Let's see. DF, yo, what's going on? Shout out from Utah, Super Heavy. What's going on, man? East vs. West Challenger Series says unknown. David Chapman arm wrestling. That's fair, Derek. But a lot of people are annoyed with the level of corruption and infighting in what is a tiny sport with very little money. I agree. I think everybody's annoyed with that on all sides of every argument. Everybody's annoyed that there's arguing and fighting. I I think we can all agree on that. Cobra says hashtag Mac. Sonev is pulling on Knuckles Up. Isn't he banned from WAF? Says David Simpson. Okay. Maybe he is. I'm not sure about the ban list. But I'm guessing since he hasn't been on East vs. West and stuff, I'm guessing he's banned from WAF. Yeah, I know Bulgaria had a rough. There's a lot of Bulgaria and WAF aren't best friends. But Sasha's from Bulgaria. Krazi's from Bulgaria. Krazi. I don't know. David Simpson says, so that would put other WAF athletes at risk if they pulled at Knuckles Up if Sonev is banned. Maybe. I just wish. I wish I'm on the like. I think along with everybody else that there was like this whole thing was explained from both sides to us like we're children and just really laid out so we know all the facts. It's simply put, we're okay. So we know the game. I just want to know the rules of the game. That's all I want to know. I want to know the rules of the game. That's it. So then everything will make sense. Because for now, it just needs to be like kind of case by case. Cobra, hope you're feeling good, big man. Thomas says, Thomas Miles, yeah, feeling good, man. Feeling good. Jody says, case by case, you're correct, Eric. The problem is there's too much gray area about who is banned and who is not. I really believe if we just eliminate the ban situation, this wouldn't be as big a thing. I agree. But apparently, we cannot eliminate the ban situation. Apparently, even if there's a vote, it'll be overturned by, they have like this executive order where the leaders can be like, oh, y'all, 99% voted to get rid of the bans. Executive, no. And he can just overwrite all of it with his magical wand. So I guess from what I hear, it will not be overturned. Josh Holden says, Engin is blackballing anyone who does any podcast besides his or polls at any event besides his. Damn, that's pretty extreme. I don't think I'm blackballed, and I'm not doing his podcast right now. And I pulled at other events. But I'm pretty closely tied with Engin. Cobra says, got to read to the little dude before he goes to bed. All right, man. Cobra, I'll see you later. Benji says, did you catch the UAL tourney? I filmed and posted it recently. I have not. School Lady Boy, yo. Savage Arm Wrestling. Again, many other WAF athletes compete at Knuckles Up, but both Ayane and Georgi get threatened with bans to include their entire teams. It looks really bad at both of those athletes competed at East vs. West. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I'd like to know. I'd have to get more into it about specifically why them and why not everybody else and things like that. But it feels like when everybody, okay, that little, wait, what? That moment, everybody just goes, Engin's fault. Like, that's what everybody's doing. That's the thing that's kind of bothering me. Is at the moment it gets kind of confusing, people just go, I don't want to look into this. Oh, it must be evil, corruption. Engin and law for evil. Like, they just default to that. I hate when people just do that and stop using their brains to try to figure things out. My intuition would be, oh, I need to learn more about that. I'm not just going to start assuming there's some evil puppet master behind the scenes. Like, I'd rather just learn more about it case by case. But everybody just defaults to Engin's wrong and he's a dictator. It's silly to me. Let's see. Benji sharing, or DF sharing Benji's video. Josh Holden, what's up from Cincinnati? What up, man? Waffles, man. Engin acting innocent is hilarious, says James M. Oh. 1 step forward, 2 steps back, Savage Arm Wrestling. What's up? What Savage Arm Wrestling, explain that a little bit more. What do you mean? Felipe Campos Ribeiro. It's because the president of WAF, Hassan, is Bulgarian. Bulgarian athletes who are banned have denounced a bunch of stuff about the Hassan corruption. Javier says, let's get into the California drama. There's really barely anybody from California in here. There's like 1 or 2 people, so I don't really. They're not really gonna know about it. I don't like how Engin thinks he is the one person to make rules about who can pull where and when. No, he makes rules about his own event, but he doesn't make any rules about WAF. Like his own contracted athletes. You don't like that he makes rules about the people that have signed contracts to his league? Is that what you're saying? Or are you saying that, I don't know what you mean. Mr. Peanut says, no, WAF, follow the money in Dubai, Sport Accord, World Combat Games, World Urban Games. Okay. Order 66. David Simpson's Josh, if he contracts a athlete that he can, athletes willingly sign the contract. Exactly. Savage says, Ediane's opponent was WAF, and she was not threatened with ban, for example. Okay. Yeah, I'd have to ask WAF why she was threatened. Josh Holden says, David, I understand if you're under contract with your right arm and pulling with your left arm at another event, he won't allow. Kratzy, Sasha Bojidar, and other athletes who are all still competing at WAF decided to not talk about Hassan corruption accusations. That's why they're still allowed to compete. Oh, interesting. I haven't heard that one yet. Wretched arm wrestler says, change will only come when we unite. We are the consumers, and some of us participate. We want band to stop buying what they sell. Yeah, but tell somebody it's not even that. It's tell someone to stop making money. Once they got a hold of the governments and they got the government to start paying the athletes, now tell an arm wrestler from Kazakhstan to not go get, $10,000 or whatever it is, $20,000 for that gold medal. Dude, come on. Care about that the arm wrestler from Australia just got banned. And don't go get your $20,000, dude. I'm going to go get my $20,000. It's that. That's the that's where it doesn't really gonna. It's not gonna. Let's see. Brandon says, Derek, thanks for doing the show. It's super dope. You're not only super dope. You get to not only talk arm wrestling with someone, but a pro. Hey. Corey says it goes to Engin instantly because their initial reason that was given was contract issues, but then was pointed at WAF secondly. Let's be honest, East vs. West is great, but Engin is Soch? I don't know what that means. Josh says, I don't like if you have a contract with her right arm, but you can't pull with the left. Either at another event is what I'm hearing. Oh, Corey says sociopath. I don't know. Now, when it comes to Engin, my buddy, Engin's rough around the edges for sure. He's called the Angry Turk for a reason. Engin does not do super well with crap talking, with the internet, trolling, and all that stuff. I understand. He has kicked so many people off his channel and blocked so many people. I get it, right? I also think somebody should be probably handling Engin's social media for him. I agree. Now, that being said, that's it. Other than that, he's fantastic. Other than that, he loves arm wrestling more than like anybody. He's made more sacrifices. His whole life is based around arm wrestling. He cares so much about building the sport. He's not paying me to say these things. These are true. And if you back up Engin, if you're any known guy and you make any video and you back up Engin, you're licking his boots because you can't actually think what you're saying. It's not possible. They don't really think that. They're being forced to say it. It's so tough. It's obvious. We've all had our private conversations with him, and we know. I was literally there. I was one of the original 4 or 5 people that helped Engin put together the first East vs. West event. I was in the group chat with me, Engin, Josh Grant, Herman Stevens, and Paul Lynn, and we were all thinking about what matches to set up for East vs. West 1 and setting up the whole thing. And then, okay, let's raise money this way, and trying to get it going. I was there. I know where it started. I was in the group chats when it started. I know exactly where everything stemmed from, having a million private conversations with Engin, and he wanted this dream league, and he got it. So this is one thing that's kind of annoying to me. Contracts, and everybody had a problem with it for a long time. I was around pre-COVID, right, with WAL. WAL, it sucked. They signed a bunch of people under contract. They had great events, great high production level, all this stuff. They were pushing and getting big sponsors. And then they had PAL. PAL had all the other guys on contract, so we never got to see. The reason everybody's pissed off about that is because we never got to see these huge matches we wanted to see. We never got to see Pushkar or Saplenkov and those guys really pull right-handed against all of our top guys. We never got all that mix. That was why everybody hated contracts. So COVID comes, wipes the slate clean or wipes everybody out. East versus West rises. East versus West gets because of Engin Terzi, who had the contacts he had, who was able to put arm wrestling in front of himself more over him making his own money, do all these things. He was in the perfect position. Nobody had more respect and contacts and has that train of thought and everything as Engin. Was able to put this together, right? And so finally the league starts blowing up, doing good. The ball is rolling. There are more and more pay-per-views coming. More and more people want to see it. Everybody's getting involved. All the top guys are saying, yes, okay, I'm generating enough money where I can pay them. I can pay them more than they've ever been paid. Oh, dude, we have something nice. This is going to be it. This is it. This is our UFC. This is our NFL. This is our thing. We got it. We got it right here. This is right what Engin's doing, and this is what he's believing. And it's true, right in front of him. He has the best of the best of the best. It's all here. Okay, and then you start seeing all these other like leagues popping up and stuff, and he's like, no, like they're going to try to chop away at what I have. I get the feeling. I'm not saying this is the intention. I'm saying you understand the feeling. And you're like, okay, well, I got this amazing thing going on. This is the future. This is what we've always wanted. A league where all the top guys, everybody can join up. We're constantly bringing in new talent from all around the world. Here we go. All right, we don't want this to get chopped away, and we're paying them, and we need them to keep winning and keep increasing the brand, right? Okay, we'll put out contracts. And now they were all in one league, so the contracts just sealed up the edges. That's it. But previous, we had guys in multiple leagues. Now we have all the guys in one league. So he just locked that in. So I don't understand why that bothers people. I mean, I guess you want to see so-and-so compete 7 times a year, and so if he can only compete 4 times a year because he's only doing an East versus West, then that's annoying to people, I guess. But we finally have like this one league that's doing well with Engin, who can be rough around the edges. I agree, but there's this one place. Why is that bothering everybody so much? Like, I don't understand. Lock it in. So if, for instance, a guy that's competing at East versus West, doing really good, he's been moving up. He has 4 scheduled matches. He goes and he's in their rankings, and they're building up this big, putting a bunch of money behind him, making posters of him, promoting, getting him flown out and stuff. And he goes and competes at a different league because they offer him half the amount of money. He gets injured, then he can't pull his East versus West tournament. He loses to somebody he shouldn't have lost to. Then now the next East versus West event, he lost a bunch of hype they've been building. So now the pay-per-views suffer and everything goes down. So the East versus West makes less money off it. Like, there's building up the athletes and keep protecting your investments. Like, what? I don't know. This blows people's minds. We wanted the big leagues. We want big money. We want a big league. But then, like, we bitch about the things that creates. I just like that moving towards that creates. So I don't know. It's just. James M says Engin's jackass. End of story. I disagree. And clarified that the contract didn't differentiate between arms. It was for the entire athlete. We need to get some more lifting videos. I agree. I have lifting videos. All the videos on my phone right now for the vlog I'm going to upload is me lifting, 100%. David Simpson says, makes no sense to only contract one arm. Athlete can break his non-contracted arm, and that can cause them not to be able to fulfill the contract on the contracted arm. I agree. Savage Arm Wrestling says, I think the hard part with choosing the money or WAP is because they're looking to ban their entire club. It makes the choice affect more than your own life. Mr. Peanut just keeps making these similar posts. David Simpson, most people don't read contracts like they should. Very common. I agree. Or ask questions about it. I agree. E. Ton says he pulled Arm Wars, though. Which one? Who? Josh Holden says, I feel like if you have an opportunity to pull and make money, you shouldn't be held back by Engin's contract rule. I understand the risk of injury, though. Yeah, but like that's what I'm saying. The sport is small-ish, right? It's small. So I understand people want to be able to arm wrestle wherever they want. Totally get that. I've never signed a contract anywhere, and I would never sign a contract unless the contract is life-changing money in terms of, like, I can quit my job and just do this and just arm wrestle for this one league. Cool. Then I don't have to worry about everything's simple. I don't have to worry about where I'm going, where I'm traveling. Just, all right, in 3 months I'm here, and this one person's just letting me know where I'm arm wrestling. And I just focus on that. I know Todd Hutchings has talked about it. He loves that. He loves that. It's not complicated anymore. He's on this one league. Just tell me where I'm going, and I'll get ready to go have that fight there, like a professional athlete, like you would in the NBA or NFL. That's it. You're not having to make decisions of where you're going all over the place. It's just simple. And yeah, as the league, you can't keep putting all this money and investment and building up all this pay-per-view with all these posters of this one guy's name. Then he goes out and gets injured or ruins his own name and gambles your whole pay-per-view and your whole business model that you're building around this one person. You understand, like, the investment that it would take if they're just doing whatever they want and bouncing all around? It just wouldn't make sense. It's never on the contractor. If the individual doesn't fully know what they sign, it's on the contractee to know and ask all the questions. Well, Engin has written history that he started arm wrestling up again in pandemic, but I'm 99% sure King of Table 1 was months before East vs. West 1, so Core Sports did it first. What? No, King of the Table. What? King of the Tables? Let's see. So I went out to Dubai, and the first I visited Larry Wheels for the very first time. There had been no King of the Table. We went from there, and I flew to Turkey, and I hung out with Engin, and I went to the hotel that East vs. West is at. And on that stage, there was a round robin with the I forget what weight class it was, and I believe Engin pulled a super match as well. I was there filming it. It's on my channel. That was on the East vs. West stage. Then shortly after that, so that was already there. And then what was the next event they had? Maybe, did they not call it East vs. West? Anyway, I'm trying to remember exactly the timeline or how it went. But either way, King of the Table and East vs. West were different in a lot of respects. They work together closely now, but at the beginning, especially, they were way different. That was more Larry Wheels wanting to have some arm wrestling in Dubai and put together an event. Let's see. David Simpson says contracts are inevitable in a sports league as it grows. I agree. Josh Holden says I don't like the contracts because I want to see the athletes pull more and make more money. I understand that, but as this one league gets more powerful and gets more eyes, then the bigger sponsorships will become available and more money will be afforded to them. So it's like long run, more money, or short term, more money. Now they could spread out and try to pull a bunch of different leagues in the short term, and then that big league doesn't grow and the big money never comes. Or they stick with the big money that grows, and then with the big league, and that grows, becomes the bigger league with bigger sponsors and more eyes on it, more pay-per-views, more sponsorship deals, and then they get paid more money in the long run. You know what I mean? So it's short term or long term. Georgia pulled armors on left arm. I mean, how does that work if he's contracted for both arms? Was he contracted before that or after that? Yeah, and he can still pull it other places if they allow him to. It's their call, and they play nice with armors, pretty much, right? So, yeah, if it's their direct competition, or they don't see it as their direct competition, it's up to Engin and them to decide who they want to allow who and where they want their athletes to pull, and on the matches and stuff, because he probably wants his athletes to go out there and win matches. He doesn't want them to go out there and lose and make their own East versus West athletes are Engin's athletes. They need to go out and they need to win. They can't go out and take a mismatch and lose or get injured, and then it damages the way East versus West looks, right? That wouldn't make any sense. Or more before the contracts. Yep. Corey says, yeah, May 21st, East versus West, June 21st. Also, Engin worked closely with Neil and may have exceptions in the contract with athletes work for them. I'm sure Devin would have an exception in a contract. There's a thing called negotiation. I'm told that Devin is not under contract, but who knows? Veronica says, hey, RK. Contracts about a year ago or so. Devin and Georgie pulled 8 months ago-ish. Do they play nice with AMC? Oh, who's been competing at AMC? That was pretty much the Russians, but what's it called? Vitaly did not, right? He did not compete at AMC this time. But then, yeah, so I'm guessing it's okay as of right now. I don't know. Case by case. Hey, Robert Kelly, what's going on? Veronica, are you going to the fair this weekend? Oh, Eton says, never mind. That was right arm 8 months ago. Maybe it was a timing thing. I believe so. I understand the bigger business model over the long term. I just wish a big money investment would sign with East vs. West and King of the Table. I agree, but so big sponsors come with views. That's the whole thing, right? They're there to promote their product and to have more promotional opportunities. So the bigger the league gets, the more people that follow East vs. West or whatever league and buy the pay-per-views and watch all the YouTube videos, that's what they bring the sponsors. All right, hey, sponsor, I'll put, your Stride bubblegum on this guy's jersey, and this guy's jersey is going to be seen by boom, 400,000 views in the last X amount of years. So then Stride is like, okay, that's a lot of views, and it's going to our target demographic, hopefully, and this and that. Let's give them this amount of money to run our ads, and it makes sense. But it has to come with views. I've been dealing with sponsors for a long time. When I was a professional video game player, all the things I dealt with, all that. All they care about is views and advertisements. That's why when someone is unrealistically expecting some big money sponsor, and you're like, what would they get out of it? Well, I'll tell my hometown that they should use Stride, but you only have the reach. You only reach out to like 150 people. You have nobody's going to be watching that. So you're worth $1 a month or whatever it is. You have to understand what you're bringing to the table. I understand how many views I get on these videos or on my Instagram. I understand what I'm worth in terms of promoting, and that's all sponsor money is. So for people to say, I wish there'd be a huge sponsor in arm wrestling, but then to not watch certain events or to boycott certain events and stuff like that, especially the biggest ones, is kind of counterproductive a little bit. Let's see. Procrastinator says, I have no problem with athletes deciding to sign a contract or not. My issue is athletes who haven't signed any contracts being blackmailed into not pulling in other promotions. Okay, so you're not talking about George Hughes under contract. You're talking about like Ayane and WAF stopping her from competing. Let's see. Vital used to, you guys pulling, says Ron Knight. You going pulling to what? Daniel Prokopchik. That is awesome. Paul Lynn, yo, there's my boy. Can you guys close that door, please? Thank you. It's blindingly bright. Let's see. Daniel went to pull, though, even though I've not seen him East vs. West but he did compete at WAF. Maybe Paul can shed some light on some things that I don't know about. I'm like behind the scenes type of stuff. Maybe he's heard more. Left arm was about the same time as contract athletes, but I guess it could be an exception for arm horse. Hey, Paul, I don't know if you remember Corey in here saying that before the first East vs. West event, there was King of the Table. Is that right? So King of the Table, because I remember I went to Turkey and I was there for the round robin, and Engin had a match with Artur Makarov, right? Yeah. And I was there filming that one. That was before King of the Table. So that wasn't East vs. West, though. It was on the same stage at the same hotel. And then was the next event called East vs. West? Why does that sound weird that King of the Table event was before East vs. West? Was it not called East vs. West yet? I'm trying to remember the timeline. Let's see. Great topic. I'm new to this subject and learning a lot, says Todd. Yeah, there's a lot. It's a whole thing, Todd. It's just going to give you a headache. X Repeat says, Engin resurrected arm wrestling. East vs. West is the best thing that's happened to arm wrestling. Americans have attention span of a goldfish. I agree. There was nothing like it prior. Now everyone is taking it for granted. I agree. Yeah, I agree on mostly all that. Gary Prokopchik pulls Alon Zolev AMC. Okay, so they must be playing nice with East vs. West and WAF. Everybody's saying hello to Paul because Paul Lynn's the man. I think to clear this up, WAF should have announced or put something out explaining the who, what, when, or where with these bands. I believe they have. I believe on the website, because I know the list of the band athletes is out. I know that much. Who's band. But I don't know exactly. But I'm pretty sure they've released, like, what's his name was just literally quoting them in the chat. So I think their rule sets are out there as well. Corey says, Derek, do you believe Engin should publish some actual numbers? Athlete paid, top and bottom. Fans would love to know how bring new athletes if they have no clue of financial side. Wait, why would somebody else need to know how much they're paying Paul Lynn? Just because they want to know? Just because they're just interested to know? Or what? Why would they need to know? So say he was paying them $5, right? But everybody assumed that they're being paid a lot more. Well, that'd be awesome, right? Because then hopefully people are getting into the sport thinking there's way more money and more people get into the sport pursuing the money, right? Yeah, it's obviously not up to me to say who's getting paid what, but I don't know why other people would have to know. I don't get that. Paul says he's a lazy YouTuber. Paul says not East versus West. One first, I believe. Corey said that he posted the dates. He said that King of Table was May 2021. East versus West is June 2021. I don't know why that sound weird. Jimmy says there has to be contracts to have bigger sponsors. No investor would invest in an athlete if they have no control over it. Yes, Jimmy, thank you. This is common business practices, guys. Very common. It just blows people's minds. Oh, arm wrist. I love this sport. I want it to be so big. Oh, it's getting big. I don't like what's happening. Don't do this. That's the name of the game, guys. Eventually, there's, if things keep moving forward, there's going to be one giant league, right? With all the top guys in it. They're going to be getting paid hopefully millions and millions of dollars. They'll be sponsored by Dr. Pepper and Tide Ultra and this and that and this and that. And that's what it'll be. And then there'll be other leagues and other small leagues that aren't even on their radar that will try to get those athletes known enough to get a shot at that league to compete with the big names. That's how it'll be. And that's what I hope comes. And then hopefully as that's going, that is separate. And there's still an Olympic path to do it that way as well. Hopefully I would like that. I would like there's one giant league, get paid millions, and then also an Olympic path if you want to do it that way. Let's see. GB19, Derek versus Paul Lynn, who wins? Oh, Paul would absolutely throw me across the table. Wouldn't even be close. Todd Claus says, I agree. Paul Lynn is the man. Engin is doing a great job, in my opinion. People throwing his name in the mud. I'm not with it. Yeah. A lot of people got burned by Engin on a personal level, right? This game seems to be kind of rearing its head. A personal problem with Engin. He didn't like that guy. He banned him. He didn't want to talk to him. He roasted him, whatever. Now that person is using and this, I'm not literally even saying one person. I feel like this has happened a few times. They get really angry and they start just telling everybody, making up things, connecting dots that aren't even there, and just trying to put Engin as this bad guy and make all these videos and posts and everything saying how Engin is the problem with everything because they have a problem with Engin and Engin has a problem with them. So they're trying to make all these stories up and fill in their own dots and not say certain things that are truths and do all that stuff just to try to paint Engin as a bad guy. So they look cooler or something. I don't know. It's weird to me. Unwritten rule in all careers: don't tell people how much you make, says Paulin. Let's see. It's data points. Corey says, don't name the person. Breakdown pay by undercarriage, athletes versus champs, possible money available. Joe Nell says, Paulin, unless it's every professional sport in the USA aside from arm wrestling. Britton Watkins says, knowing pay is important. It keeps things balanced and helps the athletes. It only protects the organization hiding it. UFC is the number one offender of low pay and hiding it. I don't make any money, says Mr. Peanut. Me neither, man. I disagree, Paul. You're saying that until another league somewhere is paying you way more and you're stuck. Auto-corrected undercarriage was supposed to say undercard. Oh. Paul then says, toss me a link, D. I can come on for a few minutes. I'm not on StreamYard. I can't bring you in. I'm just on regular YouTube. I don't think I can bring people in here on regular YouTube. I just hit go live on YouTube. Damn it. Or else I would, Paul. 100%. You know I'd bring you on here. I don't know. I don't have the ability to. Plus, I'm going to be shutting this down here in about 10 minutes. But next week or later this week, if you want, I'm down to hop on. We can do another show together, man. You know I'm down to do a show with Mr. Paul in at all times. Extra Pete says, I heard Paul Talia is talking a lot of crap about Engin. Dude seems to be a greedy, greasy little whoa. Never liked him. Well, Pete, I am sorry you had that problem. I've personally never had problems with Paul. We've never had any altercations. It's just the vibe, like right now in the sport and like Reddit and stuff like that, is getting really weird. It's just so anti-Engin, which is odd. Everybody's just trying to blame him for everything because can't think of a name. They don't know any other names to blame. So they're like, well, that guy gets angry a lot. You can blame him for everything. That's kind of the vibe. It's really weird. So then there was all that drama. And now there's been the whole IFA WAF argument and debacle. Let's see. What's the two sides from what I'm understanding, what I'm reading, is at some point when all this fails, blame Derek, says Joe. All right, that's fine. I'll take all the blame. WAF started, had a falling out with a few people. Apparently some people say over business. They're saying that WAF was being crazy and greedy and something. But then they say, I've also heard like that's not the case. So I don't know the exact deals of what was going on behind the scenes, that they were trying to get money or something. Anyway, falling out with Igor Mazurenko. Igor broke off, left WAF, and said, I'm out. Who's coming with me? And a few people left, right? Top people left. They built a league. This is like super long story made short. Very simplified. They made a league. They made IFA. And then, so pretty much IFA was spawned due to like breaking off of WAF. And apparently this current version of WAF was broken off from an old version of WAF as well. This is like the second version of WAF. So IFA broke off and they have been having their own events, and people go to their events. Their events look fantastic. They look like a very high level tournament for sure. But some representatives from WAF are having arguments with the guys from IFA. They're saying things like, okay, IFA, it's been failing. You guys aren't taking off. It's not doing the thing. It's not replacing WAF. So can you guys just come back now, basically, or can you stop this and just resolve back into WAF? And they're like, nah, we're still doing this. And then there's these big arguments about guys from WAF saying IFA is not a true world championship because the other countries don't go and they definitely aren't sending their best. And so winning that is, calling yourself a world champion is a joke. And then the IFA guys are saying, that's really mean. Don't say that. And don't disrespect or discredit our wins and what we're doing. It's still growing. But the crazy thing about that is that, to me, that the IFA leaders didn't argue that point. So the WF people were saying it's a low level in terms of competition, like level, like the strength level or whatever. That IFA is a low level world championship. They were saying it's basically the JV versus the varsity type thing. But the leaders from IFA, from what I saw, and if I'm incorrect, I'm okay being incorrect. I will say that I was incorrect. But from what I read, they didn't argue that point. They said, yes, just like when WAF originally broke off of the old WAF, they didn't have the tip-top guys yet. But it would make sense, right? Because the very, very best guys in the world are getting paid by their government to compete at WAF, not at IFA. So the cream of the crop, the guys that are going to be winning gold medals and potentially getting that money from their government, they're going to go to WAF. They're not, as of right now, not go to IFA because they're not getting paid from their government to compete at IFA. You understand what I'm saying? So WAF is going to get the higher level guys. It is what it is. I mean, it doesn't mean that IFA isn't a great tournament. It is. And it's just, I don't know if it'll change over time. I don't know if IFA will slowly get in with certain governments and the governments will recognize them instead, or what that road looks like. But yeah, I mean, this whole IFA WAF thing, I don't know. I still just feel like I think it's common sense pretty much that the level is higher at WAF right now and has been, but it doesn't mean that IFA won't be there eventually. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a great tournament. I think IFA looks like a fantastic tournament. The jerseys look badass. Yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Let's see. Oh, good. I agree. Miss Talia is Talia is mouthing Engin like crazy. It's personal for months now. Very obvious and unprofessional. And we know I'm with it. Paul Talia loves attention. Got No beef with him, just an observation. Satire says Hart Engin, Paul Lynn, finest abs in the business. The only Italian Derek's had a problem with is Hermes and his diva behavior. Don't remind me. No, we're good. I haven't really talked to him. Did I see him? I think I saw him. Didn't I? I don't know. We haven't talked in a while, though. But I believe he sent me a message apologizing for that after I made the video. Maybe anti-Engin thing is some sort of bot swarm. Doesn't seem natural, says Pupper. Joe Nelson says, Leonard Harkless made a really good post about the WAF IFA split. Yeah, I think I read all those. Paul Lynn says he has good abs when he's dehydrated. Jimmy says, I do think Engin should invest in a social media person and he should stay away from it. Paul Lynn says he agrees. I agree. I think everybody agrees. Engin, I just think it's stressed. And on top of he doesn't handle it well, like outwardly. He's my friend and I don't like seeing him so stressed out. I really wish you could find a way to stay away from it, but Engin just can't stand, people saying stupid crap to him. I mean, really, it is what it is. He can't stand it, and I hate that because that's just how the internet works and stuff. So, Mr. Peanut posting more. Okay, GA says I'm afraid Engin might just step away from promotion. We know how he can be. Engin, don't play that. I don't know. I don't think so. We need East vs. West 100, says Roy. Hermes top roll is for Flakes Gasparini. Chip says, how strong are you going to get? What lift are you looking forward to increasing the most? Have a target number in mind? No, I haven't really sat down and thought about specific numbers yet. I'm going to move all things forward. I mean, I do want to. I've always wanted to get that bench to 500. That's a goal. Bench is not the best chest lift for arm wrestling. Bench is not a huge carryover for arm wrestling. I'm saying that. But I've always wanted a 500-pound bench, so that would be fun. In terms of like an arm wrestling specific lift, no, I'd really have to sit down. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll sit down and map out what I want my final numbers to be by the time I'm go to my next match. I don't know. But no, I haven't really mapped it out too much. I want to do some cool curls. I love doing curls. And then I like my wrist curl. My wrist to get even stronger. But this one, I'd be more prone to wanting my arm to get stronger, my elbow. My brachialis, my brachioradialis, my bicep, all those things. I want those to tighten up. Through the Fingers podcast says, working right now. We'll have to catch up later. Have a great night, everyone. A great live, everyone. Oh, you too, man. Michigan says, Engin is pawn. Okay. Can tell USA, will you be there? That would be awesome. Edmund Rosen said, yo, sorry, I missed the leg practice. Next time, leg practice is badass. Runner Boy says, Derek, when are you going to pull Ryan Bowen? You might get a win in that. Ooh, damn. Probably not, though. I'd probably lose. Derek, when is your next match? The only thing I've agreed to is in February, which is good. I need the time. I need time to find myself, find my motivation, and get back into training. Jonelle says, man, a guy's 405-pound bench for reps pressed me off the table like I was a barbell. It can translate somewhat. Derek Trong, there's Big D in the chat. DF says, beats a plank off, strict curl record. Oh, that'd be fun. Corey says, Engin is making good money now. He isn't walking away without selling promotion. He paid for the Georgian team to go to WAF. Engin paid for the Georgian team to go to WAF? Never heard about that. Where are you calling Hermes a scam artist since you think he like Donald Trump? Oh, my gosh. All right, what time is it? 6 o'clock. All right, guys. Well, if you guys have not clicked the thumbs up button, I appreciate you clicking that. Kind of helps the algorithm and stuff. Like I said, I should be releasing my the vlog pretty soon here. I recorded all last week. I kind of wanted to get a little bit of a jump, so recorded it and then upload it. So that way I have time to edit because I'm lazy. But yeah, I'll definitely be uploading week 1 this week while I'm currently recording week 2. And we're gonna go week by week on this Becoming Him podcast or Becoming Him vlog. If you guys are in here and you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate it. Yeah, I need this thing to keep growing. There is a possibility I'll be going back out to Colorado pretty soon and filming some more with Brian Shaw. I've been in talks trying to figure some travel dates. And so yeah, that'd be more fun. Get some more videos with Brian and help him move forward. Yeah, moderators, if you guys could post a link to the link tree, also to the AW Switch, you guys get yourself hats, shirts, stickers, and things like that. If you guys want this hat, it's on my head. It's California Arm Wrestling hat. That's where you'll find it. That's it. So next week, guys, Wednesday, I will be back. Keep an eye out for the vlog. Thank you so much for supporting me. You guys, if you have any channels in here you need DF or one of the moderators to post, let me know. And either way, I'll be back next Wednesday at 4:30. That is the plan. All right. Thank you for supporting everyone. Thank you for supporting me. I'll talk to you guys later. See you.